would like to highlight three important points. First, this debate mentioned about lucrative field, which means a type of job or career that usually earns a lot of money or gives high financial rewards, for example, engineering or law. Second, not all kids interested in a lucrative field, but in reality, to live a proper life, lucrative field is needed. The proper life here simply means a life where we don't have to worry about paying the bill. Third, this debate is whether parents should steering them toward more lucrative field or not. But in this era, in this economy, we have to prioritize financial stability because everything is becoming more expensive due to inflation and rising living costs. So in here, I strongly disagree with this motion. Let's move to my first argument. My first argument is talent does not guarantee a success life or financially stable life. In other words, talent or prodigy is not enough to achieve successful life. A successful life is important because it provides people with stability, security, and opportunities for a better future. In today's economy, financial stability has become a necessity since the cost of living continues to rise due to inflation. Being successful can help people afford basic needs, support their families, access proper health care and education, and live with less financial stress. Also, success doesn't always depend on whether an individual is talented or not. We have to be realistic that a successful life, or at least a financially stable life, also requires consistency, disciplines, opportunities, connections, and economic security. In many cases, there are countless talented people who still struggle financially because talent alone cannot guarantee stable income or long-term success. Especially in non-lucrative fields, competition is extremely high while opportunities are limited. This happens because society will always need many doctors, engineers, programmers, and business workers because those jobs directly support the economy and people's daily life. Those are examples for lucrative field. Society often needs the basic needs first. They focused on something that could help the society to survive. For example, like electricity men are needed to make sure the electricity keep running. Doctors and nurses are needed and has high demand because people, of course, will prioritize to something or someone that could save lives. That's why non-lucrative fields are limited, which means it's not highly demanded, but there are still so many people passionate about it, and this creating a competitive circumstances. It's hard to enter the market, and the market is also unpredictable. Today, people may need an artist, for example, but there's no guarantee that they're still needed for tomorrow. That's why non-lucrative field is not promising and can't guarantee a successful life or financially stable life. That's why, in order to avoid poor financial condition, parents should guiding their child towards lucrative field which more promising. My second argument is about psychological harm when talent is treated as the main priority. When parents focus too much on developing a child's very high talents in a field that does not bring much money or job opportunities or non-lucrative field, they can accidentally change the child's growth for something natural into something like a project that must succeed. Instead of this child being free to explore who they are, they may start to feel like they are only important because of their talent. Even if the parents mean well and are trying to support them, the child might still feel silent pressure to keep getting better and never fail. Over time, this can lead the child to feel stress, tiredness, or losing interest over their passion because the activity no longer feels fun or personal because the parents are too focused pushing them doing their passion. Eventually, it's gonna start to feel like a responsibility. Because the child's passion or talents are in a non-lucrative field, this also becomes even more risky because the child is putting a lot of effort into something that may not give clear rewards like stable income or clear career path. There is also another problem about how parents see talent. Sometimes they treat talent like it is the same as life direction that must be followed of that child. But being talented in something does not mean a child should spend their whole life focused only on that one skill. Instead, parents should also steering their child to taste other skills or passion. If parents focus too much on the talents, they may slowly limit their child's freedom to choose or explore life. Explore other passion they might have. The child may start to think their value is only based on what they are good at, instead of what makes them happy or what kind of life they want. If this continues later in life or when they finally grow up into adulthood, this can cause regret because they might feel they were guided into a path that was based on ability, not personal choice. Because their parents are steering them to focus on their talent, they might feel they are missing a lot when they finally see the form of real life. From a wider point of view, there is also a risk of creating a false sense of safety. While growing up, the child may feel confident because their talent is praised and supported all the time. They may not see the real challenge of adult life. But when they become older, they will face a world where talent alone is not enough to survive financially. At that point, the difference between their expectation and reality can feel very shocking and stressful. They might feel unprepared because they were focused only on their talents, not on building a stable future. So, supporting a child should not mean ignoring their talent, but also making sure they are ready for real life, where stability and practical skills are also very important for their well-being. This brings us to conclusion that this motion fails to consider the reality of today's world where financial stability is no longer optional but a necessity, because food still needs money. Healthcare still needs money. A proper house still needs money. While talent and passion are valuable, they are not enough to guarantee a secure future. We have shown that success depends on many other factors such as consistency, opportunity, and most importantly, economic stability, which is far more reliable in lucrative fields. We have also explained how non-lucrative fields are highly competitive, unpredictable, and often unable to provide stable income, making them a risky foundation for a child's future. Therefore, looking back to the motion, parents should not prioritize developing a child's talents in a non-lucrative field. For these reasons, I strongly oppose this motion. Thank you very much.